Well, hello everyone. How are you tonight? Doing good here. It's been a pleasant day. Got up to about 85, but it's been breezy. It got a little bit windier this afternoon. We had some fairly good wind gusts. I had to shut the exhaust fan inside the trailer. I was afraid it was going to snap the lid off. So, but it's been very nice, very pleasant, except for hair blowing in your face all day. Hope everyone is doing good. I'm glad to see everyone on here. Oh, battling the flu right now. Oh my gosh. That's terrible. For everyone to be sick at the same time, that's got to be horrendous. I'm so sorry, Pam. Hope you all feel better soon. Hi, William. How are you? And I know Donnie's in here somewhere. I saw his name as I passed by. Hi, Donnie. How are you? Hoping you're doing at least well enough to keep fluids down. There's Doyle. Hi, Doyle. How are you tonight? Love seeing your face when your daughter was chatting with you. That was really kind of special to be able to put a face with a name. Round robin, when you start getting better, it hits again. Oh, that's never fun. Never fun. Lots of disinfecting as you go throughout the day. Prayers for sure. Everybody pray they get sick, that the sickness goes away soon. So the mosquitoes are out. That's what happens in Florida. If it's nice and breezy and windy, you won't see many mosquitoes. But as soon as that breeze stops, bam, they eat me to pieces. And I think they eat Kevin even worse than they do me. So I always hate it when he goes out inside and I'm still outside, because then they start picking on me. But I've always been bait for them. That is for sure, Donnie. State bird. I agree. April showers bring May flowers. Yep. And yeah, a little bit early, huh? And the temps have been nice. I know, it was good sleeping weather. I left two of my windows open. It was really very nice in here. Hi, Melody. Hey, Lou. Nice to have you on here. Hope you get to stay a little longer tonight. Hi, Brian and Donna. No mosquitoes. Good job. How's the weather there? Blanket. Hello, Carla. Hi, Ken. Nice to have you guys here. How's things in Illinois? Here in Jersey, we only had a trace of snow so far. Not normal, waiting for the big one. Ooh. Sorry you're dealing with that. Hi, Dawn. How are you? Make sure and tell Scotty hello for me. Mia said hi. Tell Mia hi. That's cute. Everybody's saying hello. When are you getting a new trailer? They haven't had this one very long. Give them a chance. Now you have Ken looking. That's funny. Is he looking at the River Ranch? Good old River Ranch. Carly, Ken, and Melanie. June. You're going to get a new one in June? Are you really? Kevin's saying hi to everybody. Oh my goodness. That's ridiculous. Thank you, William. Chickasaw State Park. Hi, Henry and Leanne. How are you? Have you gone to the battlefield yet? You guys run into the neatest historical sites. I really love that. Ken wants a casita. He'll give you a deal. There's my other brother, Daryl. Hey, Daryl. How are you? Where's Miss Kim? Hi, Kim. What are you guys up to today? Everybody saying hello to Kim and Daryl. And like Gatorade puts the electrolytes back in your system. It sure does. It's good for that. So, I guess maybe Daryl, did you hear about our trip down here? Kevin had a big blowout on the road down here to Monument Lake, where we're at right now. And I was right behind him. You know, a safe distance, but still, there was no vehicles between us. It was scary just watching it because, I mean, it blew and a puff of smoke came out and actually ended up being both. Well, all right, Kevin, I'm sure you're going to comment. Put your comment in there about what happened to your tire. I won't take your thunder away. But anyway, we had to pull over, and thankfully, we were on a spot on the interstate where the shoulder was really nice and wide, and then there was grass past that, so he was able to pull off safely and far enough. And there was even a spot where the road leveled out in one spot, so we pulled up there so that he'd be able to jack up the trailer. They did call for some assistance, but it was going to be at least a couple of hours before anybody could even get out there. So Kevin just did it all himself. Hey, Carol, how are you? It was a pretty scary event, though. I think he spent more time on the phone, calling and talking to people. The insurance company we called the Road Ranger, and then he finally just started working on it himself. Glenn Godfrey, hi, how are you? Welcome to the channel. Nice to have you here. So I was wondering. Now, fortunately, Kevin had a spare tire, but he had 2 tires to deal with. And Kevin, have you put your comment in there already? Or are you going to? So here's what happened. So actually he has a tandem axle. So the front tire blew. And as it did, it knocked the valve stem off of the back tire, which caused that tire to go flat. So luckily he had a spare tire, and he was able to jack the trailer up and change that front tire. And he took the valve stem off the one that blew and put it on the back tire and was able to air up the back tire. So in that way, he was able to safely finish the drive down here to Monument Lake. And since then, he's been working on getting tires. Oregon checkerboarded mosquitoes are the worst. Wow. Checkerboarded mosquitoes. I've never heard of such a thing, Dawn. Yeah, no dust in your face, for sure. Just wind. Salt Carol and Glenn. Emma's doing a blanket hello to everybody. I'm there. We're very happy. This campground is a wonderful place. We're enjoying it. Doors need widening. So my question tonight is, how many of you have had a blowout on the road, and how did you handle it? Were there any special circumstances? Were you able to get assistance out to where you were at? And what did you do to handle a blowout on the road? So that's my question. It certainly does. And Kevin was awesome for sure. Yes, I am in my camper because the mosquitoes are out outside. So I'm not going outside. Thank you, Kevin. Thanks for the reminder. Some damage to the rig. Yes, I'm still going strong on you know what. So glad no one was hurt for sure. It could have been so much worse than it was. But Kevin handled it greatly. You didn't really see a lot of movement from the trailer when the tire blew, and they were able to pull, right over very safely without any mishaps. It went so well. Could have been so much worse. Carla Ken, what size was he able to go up to? Hey, Shirley, watching on TV. Hi, Lucretia. So sorry about your puppy. I know that's very hard to go through. Thoughts and prayers are with you. 52 gallons. Hey, Jennifer. Your biggest fear. Amen. Mine too, when I'm by myself. I'm very adamant about checking my tires, though. I'm always constantly looking at the tread. And I just had them changed out in Yuma before I left there this last winter. So they've only been on for a year. And of course, I was home for 7 whole months. So they don't have a lot of wear on them yet. But the other thing is that Kevin had a tire pressure monitoring on his tires. And he had no indication that anything was going on. And he constantly watches this monitor in the truck while he's driving. And there was no indication that anything was going on. And that tire just suddenly blew. It was just like a big pop and a cloud of white smoke, and it was gone. It was torn to pieces. It was crazy. No panicking, just pulled over. Didn't feel like anything disastrous. For sure. That's right. Casario Springs next week. Ooh, nice. Hopefully you guys get to meet up. That would be super cool. Super cool. Yeah. They're finding that those tires aren't working for them. So switching to a different brand now. So anyway, but it was quite a little headache for a few hours, and we were kind of late getting to the campsite, and it was starting to get dark when we got here. We came in and talked to the campground host. We thought there was a dump station at this campground, but there wasn't. But there is another national park campground 10 miles down the road that did and would allow us to come and dump. So we went there and dumped our tanks, filled with water, and then came back here. So it was like, I don't know, about 6:30, maybe 6:45 by the time we got back here, and it was dark. We were parking in the dark. I hate doing that. I really do. But we were able to do it and get it done and get set up. And fortunately, we got 2 very old camp host sites that have concrete pads. So there wasn't a lot of leveling to have to do. And we're right next to each other. So it's very nice. And loving our sites. Really do. Let's see. True. He was looking out his side mirror. And then the monitor alarm went off. Isn't that the craziest thing? Glenn has, 79 Toyota camper. Water pump failed. Used water from culverts to keep the engine fairly cool and ended up on a native reserve. Wow. Yeah, it's, and it's not just tires, is it? Anything can happen out on the road that can cause you to have to pull over and figure out what to do. You carried your baggage with you. They let us park at the restaurant hardware store. Got a taxi to deliver a new water pump. Nice. Slept overnight. Next day installed and drove home to Toronto. Wow, that's just crazy. But very fortunate that you were able to get somebody to bring the water pump to you. That's incredible. Sometimes things just work out. Guess you couldn't put a plug in it. There was nothing left to put a plug in. I'm telling you, that tire was just all torn up. It was crazy. He has a picture, I think, on Facebook. You should go see Rusty. I watched one of your videos about Rusty. I need to go back and watch the live. I haven't done that yet. Some of the Native Americans try to give us a hard time. We are white folks. Yeah, they don't like people on their land, so that's kind of understandable. But yeah, they don't need to give you a hard time about it either. Exactly. Was in 98. Yeah, things were a little stiffer with them back then too. He is an awesome guy. That Kevin can do just about anything. There's no fire rings. They had old camp host sites. Yes. They still have the electric pedestals are here, but there's no electric run to them. So we're dry camping, but on a nice concrete pad on a beautiful lake. Let me show you a few pictures. All right, so these are our sites. See the concrete pad there? They're really very nice. And this is a view of the lake from our side of the road. And this one I took almost down towards the end of the lake, looking back the other way. It's really a pretty lake. And there are alligators. We've seen at least 3 that we know of. And Dawn has named them. Although I'm not sure exactly how she knows who is who. There's a blue heron that frequents over here. There's actually a lot of birds on the lake. Here's another picture of the alligator. This is the one that Dawn named Oscar. So we have Oscar, Fiona, and what was the other one's name, Dawn? I don't remember. Here's another really pretty picture of the lake when the water was nice and calm. It was very pretty. And I took this one last night. We've had some really pretty sunsets. And then this was from tonight. Dawn took this one just a little bit earlier. So very, very pretty for sunsets. And then Dawn and I took a little trip in today to the visitor center to get a stamp in our passport book. And then we went through the town of Everglades and we saw this little lighthouse, which I liked. I love lighthouses though. And we are actually in the Big Cypress National Preserve. I thought it was the northern part of the Everglades, but it's not actually the Everglades. It's the Big Cypress Preserve, but it might as well be the Everglades. This was on our drive today. This is the post office in Okeechobee, Florida, considered to be the smallest post office in the United States. This building was formerly an irrigation pipe shed belonging to the J.T. Gaunt Company Tomato Farm. Was hurriedly pressed into service by Postmaster Sidney Brown after a disastrous night fire in 1953, and it burned the general store and post office. So anyway, that was pretty interesting. I mean, I've never seen a post office that looked anything like that before in my life. It was really crazy. We had a good laugh out of that one. So, but we had a fun day, and then we went through Everglades City, which is where we saw the lighthouse. And they have a very small, like locally ran little grocery store that didn't really have a lot of stuff at all. We was asking, where do they go for other groceries? And they have to drive into Naples to Walmart, or there's a Publix about halfway between Everglades City and Naples. So that's their other two choices. So I'm kind of glad I don't live here and have to buy groceries. Let's see. Hey, Mobile Tech. Shut down since the beginning of COVID, and they're not letting anyone in at all. Wow. They ended up with a huge number of population getting COVID. Wow. Yeah. That's happened on a lot of reservations, I think. No campfire. No. We could put our fire pits out if we wanted to, but it's been warm enough. We haven't needed a fire, not even in the morning. Thank you, Melody. It's really a very nice campground here. Like I said, we went to Midway the first night to dump our tanks, and you drove through there to get to the dump station. It's a beautiful little campground. I really like it, but the campsites are a lot closer together there than they are here at Monument Lake. So for that reason, I really kind of prefer Monument Lake. It'd be nice to have the utilities if it's hot or whatever, but I like the spacing here at Monument Lake. Thank you, Don. We're really enjoying it. And we're here for a few more days yet, so don't go any place where there are gators. Well, I've lived in Florida for so long, it's just kind of, they're everywhere. That's Oscar. Saying hi to Mobile Tech. Live with gators, you think I'm nuts for jumping out of a perfectly good airplane. Oh my gosh. I had blowout in the car. Sorry. Pontiac Catalina. Wow. Going about 80 on Interstate 5, passing a semi. The retread beat the crud out of the wheel well. Yeah, that will happen. Glad you were safe, though. George was on the rock and baby Lucy. Yeah, we got a couple of rocks out in the lake that they like to lay on in sun. And then, there's places around the edge of the lake that they'll crawl out onto the grass and lay there in sun. But they have those areas roped off to try to, remind people not to get too close to the gators. It's kind of crazy. But Dawn actually saw one that was kind of tempting fate the other day. Here, gator. Yeah, don't get too close. Yes, you do. And someone commented on one of my videos that he thought that was a joke. I said, nope. I've actually even seen them in Georgia state parks. That's crazy. Clear up in Georgia. I didn't think they went that far. Thank you, Carol. Between Dawn and I, we got some really good pictures. Wally Gator. That's funny. Are they? Are they bigger in Texas? That's a good question. I kind of think they're bigger here. We have some pretty big ones in Florida. I'm going to walk over to Oscar and feed him leftovers from the night before. You go right ahead, Kevin. Hold your hand up real high. That's how they feed them on the alligator farms, you know. They'll take a whole chicken and hold it out there for them. Down to me in North Carolina, we got lighthouses. I love lighthouses. We'll have to do that someday. So many times and it never stopped. Yeah, it's just the strangest little thing, isn't it? It's pretty funny. Stick up before heading to the Everglades. Stack up. Yeah, a stack up, not a stick up. Did you see the swamp ape? No. Don't want to see a swamp ape. Nice campground, except for the gators. They don't really bother you. I mean, they love to sun and swim, and you know, unless you get in their face and bother them, they're not going to bother you. Hi, son. How are you? Glad you could join me for a little while. No, they don't come by us. Do not pet the pythons. No worries. Yeah, they're a little bit too big for my liking. I'm not really like deathly afraid of snakes or anything, but I do watch for them and they don't like really creep me out, but pythons might because they're just huge and they're much taller than me. If you don't mess with them, that's right, they don't. Gators are great. Yeah, my grandson's in the Florida Gator band, so you have a dog that loves the water. Yeah, that can be tough. Yeah, but he is leashed for sure. Gators stay inside the ropes. Actually, he laid there and just didn't bother a soul. He just got his sun and then he just calmly climbed back in the water. Gators make good Samsonite suitcases. That's true. Caught in Texas was over 14 feet and 900 pounds. Oh my gosh. Did you just look that up, Daryl? That's so funny. There are some big ones in Texas, but yes, surely the ones in Florida are bigger in general. Yes. That's kind of what I thought. Wasn't exactly sure, but thought that they were. Lots of people don't know we have them here in Huntsville State Park. They have a sign up that says "Don't feed the alligators." Very interesting. I didn't know it. For 8, of course. I mean, if you really stop and think about it, they were fairly prevalent in Louisiana. So I'm sure they are in Mississippi and Alabama. So it just makes sense that, you know, along the coastal parts of Texas, at least, that they're prevalent there too. Yes, I've had gator tail and it was good. Tasted like chicken, but it was good. And, I don't eat it often, but it's not bad to eat. If it's cooked right, it's pretty good meat. There you go. Biggest gator, 17 and a half feet. Never had the ribs, but I'll take your word for it, Donnie. Like I said, the tail was pretty good, so I don't know. It's a whole tar off our old trailer 20 years ago. It shared all the. Oh my gosh. No noise or warning, and we didn't notice till we stopped for. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Good Lord. So you had to get, I mean, it sheared off the lug nuts that burrow out the holes for the lug nuts. That's I wouldn't even want to think about that. And they don't get that big eating solids. No, they don't. What was steak? It tastes like chicken to me. When are you dropping the next video, Mom? I'm hoping to drop it on Tuesday. I did put one up this last Tuesday. It was one of the first videos, the first part of our meetup there at Holder Mine. So I got one or two more to put up for that, and then have to put out a video for here. So no bone, just gristle. Interesting. To me, like chicken and had Cajun style. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Was that a dual axle, Henry? Yeah, don't worry, I'm not. Once it gets this dark, I just stay inside. So what's chicken taste like? That's a good question. A very good question. Like fishy chicken to me. Yeah, maybe so. I think it just all depends on how it's cleaned and cooked. We were fortunate to have an auto supply store nearby. We shop to press them on. Wow. Lucky for you. That's incredible, Henry. I wouldn't even want to think about that mess. Maybe someone can smoke a gator on the pellet stove and make a video. I'm telling you what, let's talk about smoking. Kevin got him a smoker. It's a Pit Boss smoker. And he smoked pork loin a few days ago. And oh my gosh, that thing was so delicious. It was incredible. And Dawn made the best Brussels sprouts to go with it. That meal that night was absolutely wonderful. I haven't had one that good in quite some time. Yes, I can imagine, Henry. Tastes about like possum. I haven't had possum, but I have had raccoon. My mom used to barbecue raccoon when we were younger. Ken said he thought, what happens at the campfire stays at the campfire. Well, except when you know I'm videoing. Now, not everything is going up. I'm keeping some stuff. Ken, don't worry about that. But, you know, pictures and stuff of our gathering and our cookouts and stuff like that. Yeah, for sure. Three feet tall. That's crazy. Yeah, because they lay hundreds of eggs at a time. It's crazy. If you've ever seen, you know, one of those nests on just as they start to hatch out of the eggs and start crawling out, it's kind of crazy. On your bike. Oh my gosh. What kind of pellets? Mosquito hickory. Here we go. These smoking guys are going to start talking. They're going to start talking trash about smoking now. 2 days and it was delicious. Ooh. Kevin didn't smoke this one for 2 days, but my gosh, it was good. It had that nice, they marinated it like overnight and then smoked it for, what was it, Kevin, about 4 hours or so. It was so tender and juicy on the inside and nice, and you know, had that nice smoke ring on the outside. It was so good. They're like big rats. They sure are. There was a video disclosure. When I make trailer restoral videos. I have to edit out about 80% all the cussing, you know. Yeah, some of it you have to. Hey there, Miss Kim. How are you? So, did you help Daryl smoke that pork or brisket? I'm still waiting on that video. Did you do that? Did you do a video on that one? Bridges, bridges, bridges. Let's cook some gator. Ah. Oh, $39 each. Yeah. I got a deal on Amazon where there was two of them. I think I paid $49 or $50 for the set of two, and it's waiting for me at my daughter's house when I get there. Need big rolling papers to smoke a brisket. You're hilarious, Larry. You need to do a gator tail cooking video for sure. 2 days ago, not for 2 days. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry about that. Kirkland blend pellets in our Traeger when we do pork chops. Pork chops. We do love pork chops. Yes, it's like I said, it's not bad when you cook it right. Collected hickory nuts, and you can use the hulls for smoking. Free resource. Good deal. Good idea. Mr. Don is saying hello to Miss Kim. Gator, shrimp, clams, mussels smoked over rice. Awesome. Love to smoke meat. No, we put it on at 5 a.m. and was not filming at the time of the morning. I can't even imagine you guys up at 5 o'clock in the morning. That's crazy. I got to have video proof of that. Not a fan of gator, but I see how some would like it. I've never had it that way. Hi, Miss Sue. How are you? Lots of phone calls. It happens. Life happens. We just have to deal with it. Everybody's saying hello again. Hello, hello, hello. I liked your little farming video, by the way. That was different. That was a lot of fun. That one I liked. I don't know, the driving the truck thing is not really up my alley, but I do love your Monday coffee chat for sure. And hopefully this week I'll be on there when I'm supposed to be. It's been a little crazy around here. But anyway. Keep on freezing, not ignoring. Oh, no problem. Yes, he did say the word rice. Killed, dequilled, gutted, and ate a porcupine. I don't know. I don't think I could eat a porcupine. Great smoked wings. Yep. Oh, I always try to watch your live stream. It's just a lot of fun for me. So from here when we leave, we are going to be camping in Lone Pine Key. It's a little south of Homestead, and we only could get 3 days there, but we wanted to try to at least see some of the Keys since we're this close. I have never been to the Keys, and I've lived in Florida since 1988. So, I worked really hard to find a campground where we could camp, and finally got reservations at Lone Pine Key. And so we're going. I'm really excited about that. So we're going to try to get in as much as we can. I've had some good suggestions of places to go, and restaurants to eat at. Hey, Miss Kate, how are you? So yeah, that Miss Kim can fix you some crawfish now if you like it. Not me, but she knows how to cook it for sure. Yes, glad we got reservations. Thank you. Yes, so looking forward to the Keys. Well, come on down. You can go with us. Crawfish pie is out of this world. Yep. She she made me take a taste of that stuff, and everybody else liked it, but I'm just not a seafood person. So the only crawfish I was ever able to eat, I had in a restaurant in Jacksonville. It's called Copeland's. It's a New Orleans style restaurant, and they had some crawfish etouffee. And the way they cooked it, it tasted really garlicky, which was more appealing to me. And I could eat it. That's the only time I've ever been able to eat crawfish. I know it'll be lots of fun. Lone Pine Key, yeah. So it's also a national park campground, but it's run by concessionaires. So it's um, you don't get the discounts like you do at most national park campgrounds. You get only 10% there. So, but we're going for 3 days. That's all we could get. That's all they had reservations for that we could get in there. So we're doing it, and really looking forward to. We're gonna actually the first day drive on down to Key West, um, and then try to see a few things on the way back if we can. And then I really want to spend some time in Marathon Key and Key Largo. Those are the two that I'm really interested in seeing. I don't know exactly what Dawn. Dawn has a couple of places she wants to see too. So anyway, thanks, Donnie. It was just a matter of timing. Kermit's key lime pie is a must try. His shop is right by the marina. Where? By the marina where? And his factory and store is right here in DeLand. Oh, interesting. Okay, so where is this marina? Hey, Summer, how are you? I certainly will. That camera will be running. Don't worry about that. Yes, and I don't have as much trouble sleeping at night. So, yeah, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling much better. Yeah, it's like a pot pie. Yep, that's the way she does it. Me either, Dawn. Me either. You too. You just have to have a taste for them, I guess. Keeps changing it to crayfish and not crawfish. Yeah, we love autocorrect, don't we? A long time ago, I thought you had some recipes to give me, or I was dreaming. Oh, William. Can't tell you about William. Stopping wherever they tell me. That's Kevin. He's just the driver and the mechanic and the electrician. And but Kevin has got my solar or my batteries, my lithium batteries all installed in here, and has it connected enough to where I can hook up my solar panels to it. The last piece is to get the inverter connected to everything so that I will have power in my 110 outlets without having to turn on a generator. But I am perfectly happy right now as it is. I haven't run my generator for the last 3 days. It's been so relieving, not having to worry about power. It's been great. And I've used more power than I've ever normally use. So it's wonderful. You know, when I go to bed at night with 89 to 93% battery life with lithium batteries. So I have plenty of power. And I charge up my iPad, which is basically my TV at night. Uh, so I don't even miss, you know, watching TV. And that's primarily the one thing that I use the 110 outlets for, other than cooking with my microwave or convection oven. And I would have to probably turn the generator on for that anyway. Um, it'll be interesting to see if I'll be able to use my hair dryer. So we'll see. But the inverter is a 3,000 watt, and I think that my little hair dryer does 1,100. So I'm hoping it'll handle it for a few minutes. So we'll see. Kermit says in Key West. Okay. Take the conch train or trolley around town for a tour. It's a hop on, hop off at several spots, and they go right by the marina. Okay, thank you, Sue. Kermit's in Key West. Dawn, help me remember that. Kermit's in Key West. Carol will send it tomorrow. Been busy at work, promise. Okay, that's for the recipes. The key deer on Big Pine Key are cool to see. Nice. Thank you. Yes, Kevin rocks. He does. Real funny. Get it to you. I have one for whatnot. I think it's the best crab meat au gratin. There you go with all that seafood talk. Today, 85 for the high. Last night, the low was 63. So it was very nice sleeping temperature. I think tomorrow it's supposed to be 89 here. And then let's see. Well, it froze. And then I think the overnight temperature is supposed to be like 65 or 67. So the nighttime temperatures are great. It's a little warmer during the day than I'd like to see it this time of year, which means we're probably going to have a hot, hot, hot summer. So yeah, Saturday's morning temperature will be 67. And then Saturday's daytime temperature will be 86. And then it gets down in the 70s and 40s. So it's just kind of like up and down like a roller coaster. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. 8262 roughly. He is the keeper. I think we'll keep him around. Nope, it's not going to do it. No, it won't. Darn it, Kevin. It's nicer just windy during the day. Yes, for sure. Hi, Peter. How are you? Nice that you could drop in. Are you at work? How's the weather? Do you guys have more snow coming? From my battery. Yep, I have 200 amp hours of lithium batteries, and I have 400 watts of solar panel. And it's been keeping my batteries charged up, so I'm good to go. And all this light, I usually don't have this much light in here. I just did it so that I did have good light for the live stream. I usually just turn on one little light over my sofa here, or if I don't need that one, I'll turn the one on in the kitchen. I just mainly use one light at night. And then when I go to bed, I play my iPad. So anyway, and that sustains me. Thank you, William. I appreciate it. He did get the transfer switch installed. So when he gets my inverter in there, I won't have to worry about turning that on and off. Or that's the plan anyway. Yes, Jennifer, that's true. The wind does keep the bugs away during the day, but once that wind dies down at night, zoom. Or early in the morning, right before the sun comes up, it's always nice and calm. And that's when the mosquitoes come and feed. Yeah, no, we're not talking mushrooms either, Kim. And no, that's against the 3F rule, Dawn. And you know that. You know my rule. Came as soon as the wind died down. Yes, exactly. They're constantly ready. Still have to finish hooking up the inverter. Yes, he has. He needed some days off. And tomorrow's Kevin's birthday. And he'll be 65. So y'all wish him a happy birthday. He'll be officially old. I can hear him laughing. He's not really going to be 65. I'm in North Carolina and some of my flowers are starting to poke up. Oh, that's so cool. Early spring. Yes, happy birthday. Pretty cool. Sorry, I didn't know. No worries, Carol. No mosquitoes yet. Nice cool weather. That's nice. You deserve it because you guys get so hot there. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yes, it worked 54, windy and rainy at the moment. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Early spring here in southern Ontario. And it's only February. That's very cool. Would love to make it to Canada one day. I don't know when that's going to happen, but I would certainly love to see Canada. Just not the bugs. Yes. Definitely. I say they're even the trees are blooming. Yeah, I bet you we're going to have a really hot summer this year. Just not ready for it. Only shore power. Did you change out the power converter to charge the lithium batteries with shore power? So, Dawn, I'm going to let Kevin explain all of that, how he did that. Up and down temps from 30s to 50s over the next week. Crazy. You know, that's typically when I lived in the Midwest, that's when everybody would get sick. It'd get hot and then it'd get cold and get hot and then it'd get cold and then you got sick. And I hate that. My first shower for my 61st year. He's trying to make himself younger than he really is, guys. 61. Love you, Kevin. What kind of inverter is Shirley getting for her solar? Hey, Dawn. Hey, Dawn. What kind of inverter am I getting? Sorry, I'm not doing a photobomb. Oh, no photobomb. No Dawn photobomb. We can't have that. What would they think if we didn't have a Dawn photobomb? Ta-da! That was taken this afternoon when we were out on our little trek. I think it's a pretty good picture of the two of us. Daryl, a new one. No, it wasn't even new. It's used. It's Kevin's old 3,000 watt inverter. Not getting an inverter for her solar. Well, it's for my system. For that. Installed a 60 amp charger and threw out the converter. Yes. See, there's what he did. Thank you. It is a good picture. Thank you, Carol. Only after I work in confined areas. Yeah, poor Kevin. My trailer's so small, and he'd be down there and need a different tool than what he had. Or he'd have to get a different piece of wire or whatever. The poor guy was up and down off of this floor in this small little space, and then trying to watch him pulling the wire because the batteries are underneath one of my bench seats for the dinette, and he had to pull wire under the floor and up. Daryl, you know where my refrigerator sits. So, and right under the refrigerator is where that converter was at. So he was having to pull wire from across the little hallway here, underneath the floor and up underneath the refrigerator. It was horrible. I really felt badly for him. And Dawn was in here helping him and holding the flashlight. She did very well. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Carla. Thank you very much. Club 61. And trying to help was a pain for me too. Yes, for sure. It was a very tiring day for him, for sure. And killed his back. Absolutely killed his back. But he did it anyway. And I'm very blessed to have him in my life. For your live stream, just hit my phone. Wow, that's so crazy. I don't understand why it's delayed like that. I filmed some of it. I would have had to have edited out an awful lot of explicatives. Let's say it that way. Sorry, East Coast or West Coast of Canada. Both scenically beautiful with friendly folk. So like Maine to New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and Prince Edward Island. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, that would be a good way to come through there. But we've also thought of coming up through like Washington or Montana as well. Hope you make it. I hope you make it. So maybe I'll give you a little taste of what it's like once we're get back from there. To my sister, who is a year and 2 days older than I, says I'm only 48. That's what she said last year, Kevin. Come on. Is she just not moving off of 48 at all, huh? Getting your RV in June at Q24, going to show everyone how to roast a whole pig in the ground. Cool. Something I learned in Guam and the Philippines while in the Navy. Well, I'm going to tell you, digging up the ground big enough to put a pig in it out there might be a problem. That's like digging through concrete. That ground out there is hard packed. I've never seen anything like it. Yes, I've heard that all my life. And like I said, lived here since 88, never been to the Keys. So it's been on my bucket list for a very long time. So I'll be glad to put a little check mark by that. The magic of editing software. Exactly. I was there on the opposite end of the island in 1980. So there you go. It does sound fun. I hope he can do it. Pig, I hope you video it. Yeah, wouldn't that be cool? Using banana leaves. I think that's the way they did do it, right? I've been 29 for 41 years. You're such a young guy. Went to the Keys many years ago, but it's my understanding as carefree as they once were. Really? I would think it'd be even worse today. Your grandfather used to do that? Cooked a pig in the ground? That's pretty interesting. Of course, y'all have that. She's a broken record. Y'all have that low country boil too, where you just boil all your food and then just throw it on the table. I never did get that. Um, I don't understand why they just pour the food out on the table. But anyway. Kate L, absolutely. Okay, Pamela. I hope you feel better soon. You too, Donnie. Y'all get some rest and feel better. And with that, guys, I think I'm about done talking tonight. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming and being with us tonight. Called it Earth Roast. Interesting. Hope y'all have a great week. We're planning on it. We're going to be doing a airboat ride in a day or two or so. Maybe try to explore a little bit more around here before we have to leave and head to Long Pine Key. So we're going to be having some fun. Hope you guys are enjoying life as well. And with that, I'll say good night and see you next Thursday. Good night, everyone. Kevin's going to make that happen, surely. All right. Okay, guys. Good night.